It's been a lovely summer in England. The sweet smell of victory, the sight of tall poppies bending, the sound of English wickets falling.
That has turned about 2.5 feet. Gatting can't believe his eyes. What a start for Shane Warne.
A wicket with your first ball in Ashes tour was something you don't even dream of, is it?
Were you as shocked as everyone else when you got Mike Gatting with that first ball?
Yeah, well, I got lucky there. It was just when you first come on to bowl, you just sort of try and get as many balls as you can in the right spot. And that one sort of got in the right spot and must have hit something on the wicket and actually hit off stump.
He started off with the most beautiful delivery.
It's been a long time since an Australian spinner had the Poms in such a tangle. Shane Warne has beaten their batsmen so easily, it's hard to believe this is his very first battle for the Ashes.
Warne has struck.
I played league cricket over here 4 years ago and watched the boys win the Ashes then, and then you thought, well, hopefully one day I could come over and play in an Ashes series over here, and here I am and I'm doing okay.
At the ripe old age of 23, Shane Warne has now been a match winner for Australia against Sri Lanka, New Zealand, the West Indies and England. Even after Shane's first test, the late great Bill O'Reilly, who many regard as Australia's best ever spinner, said he welcomed Shane Warne with open arms into the exclusive Spin Society. And on this summer tour of England, there's been another member of this Society of Magicians who's truly appreciated Shane Warne's magic.
Shane Warne is the most exciting prospect I've seen.
Richie Benaud has led Australia against some of the best.
When I was exactly the same age, you'd go to bed and you'd be dreaming about that sort of ball all night. And suddenly you've been able to produce it. And he did it twice in the one day, and that was absolutely brilliant.
Got him, out, he's got two, beautifully caught by Taylor and Smith pushed forward, it flew fast and low, and Warne has 2 for 4.
Well, big smiles from Shane Warne and the Australian supporters, and why not?
What was it about Shane? Wasn't he spin bowling you fell for?
I don't know, I just liked him. He was just a really genuine kind of person. He was cute. Yeah.
Simone Callaghan is the other great love in Shane's life, apart from cricket. Since joining the Ashes tour with some of the other players' girlfriends and wives, she's been on a learning curve. What did you think when he bowled Mike Gatting with that first ball?
Oh, it was great. It was lucky. He did really well. I think it spun about. Oh no! Don't say that. Cut.
What?
What is it? When he kind of went too full or something. What is it? Spun 2 foot? Is that what you say? Because I. What? You're not feeling.
He needs some education about this spin bowling. No, he's a spinner, right?
Yeah.
Merv's the post bowler.
I know, but
right.
it spun like 2 foot and hit the wicket.
Spun a long way.
Oh, got it! What a catch!
Shane and Big Merv Hughes are a ferocious combination on and off the field.
Gosh, that was a good piece of work.
Well, that one's actually bounced up out of Shane Warne's hands. When he dived and his hand hit the ground, the ball popped up. And fortunately for Shane Warne, very, very good catch.
You both like to sledge the opposition a bit. Is that something you learned from Merv?
Well, we just sort of have a friendly chat with the batsmen, ask them what they had for dinner or something like that. But I don't know, it's all part of cricket, I suppose. Whatever happens out in the middle, it stays there. We always have a beer with the opposition or whatever after the game.
They both love to stir the Poms, don't they?
Yeah, they do a bit of sledging now and then, but I think you've got to do that. You've got to keep up that kind of, atmosphere out on the field. And
just as Shane and Merv are the best of mates, Simone and Sue Hughes, Merv's wife, are bosom buddies. Are you allowed to stay with the players?
No, they have a team rule that all the team stays together and the wives kind of look after themselves and find their own accommodation. So Sue and I are kind of sharing beds at the moment, but that's okay, we've done that before, so yeah.
You didn't mind?
No, not really. Simone snores. But apart from
I do not.
Yes, you do.
I've only got a cold, that's why. Did I snore last night?
It's nice and... Oh, I won't incriminate you, hun.
He may not fit the traditional image of the English cricketer, but this young Australian is no flannelled fool. The hair, the earring, and even his nickname, Hollywood, have all helped make him the centre of attention over here in England. You must have heard that.
Sorry, what were you saying?
I've got no idea. That was such a good answer. And tell me the truth. Who bleaches his hair?
Hairdressers.
You don't do it?
I did it once and it turned purple, so I haven't been game to do it again.
Do you cop a bit of sledging about your blonde hair and the earring?
Yeah, I do actually. Merv and a few other guys give me a bit, Hollywood and all that sort of stuff. But
Even from your own team, you cop it?
yeah, so but it's only good humour and a bit of general brander and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, it's okay.
I don't think it matters, does it? Doesn't to me. I mean, you wear 2 earrings for me, it doesn't matter at all. It's how he plays. He plays tough, aggressive, competitive, and then off the field he's a nice young man.
The one-time English opener, Geoffrey Boycott, was the batsman Aussie bowlers came to hate. Of course, he reckons he could pick Shane Warne's spinners, but he admits most of today's team can't.
Most of the England batsmen, not all, Gooch is a good player, but the rest are not very convincing when it turns.
I want you to show me a couple of your tricks on 60 Minutes. I reckon you could probably get them out with that orange.
It's a bit bigger than normal, but...
What's your grip for a leg break?
Well, at our coaching things that we do in Victoria, the easiest way to do it is all we do is you have 2 fingers down, 2 up, and you sort of put the ball in there. And that's how you... It's a bit bigger than normal, but that's the basic sort of grip.
Just how many balls have you got in your spinner's bag of tricks?
Well, I've got the basic leg spinner, top spinner, which is the one that just bounces a bit more, goes straight on. Wrong'un, and I've got a couple of different flippers, and there's a few other little things that I'm working on in the nets that I haven't really tried in a game yet.
He's a crafty devil. He lets you see one to trick you into thinking you've got him picked.
Oh, shot.
And then he lets fly with that famous flipper.
Oh, that! Yeah, that's what you're hoping for.
I thought that was the flipper.
Yeah, that one was. That was it.
It really
It just skidded along the ground. That's what you hope for.
Now I know
Something like that.
Now I know how the palms feel.
It's beautiful, mate.
When he first made it into the Australian Test side, there were plenty of knockers. Those who thought Shane's love of a good lark meant he wasn't made of the right stuff. Were you a bit of a boyo in those days?
I was a bit of a lad, I suppose, yeah. I used to like the good times and a bit of the nightlife and all that sort of stuff.
To get where he is today, Shane had to work harder than he'd ever done in his life. He listened to Alan Border's advice and lost 15 kilos. Have you had to back off the pies and a few
Yeah, well, I
schooners?
suppose you don't have as many beers and you'd sort of watch what you eat sometimes, but sometimes I like a bit of junk food like the hot chips and that sort of stuff, but you just got to control what you eat, yeah.
It must have been the new look Shane Warne that caught Simone's eye. They met in Melbourne, but in this English summer, the romance has blossomed. Everyone tells me that for any Test cricketer, his first love has to be cricket. Are you going to come play second fiddle to cricket?
No, Shane told me I'm first, so he told me he put me before cricket, so we'll see how long that lasts.
It's kind of tough on 2 23-year-olds.
Really tough, really tough. It's hard work. The media side of it's really hard work, especially when they get on the negative side of things. You've got to be really strong, and because you're spending so much time apart, it's hard to be strong.
Richie, you were even younger than Shane Warne when you first played for Australia. How much pressure is a younger out there?
Enormous pressure, because so much reliance is being put on him. So he's under enormous pressure and tension, and he's come through it like a young champion who's going to be an older champion. What he has to do is have one of the biggest hearts you've ever seen, and a lot of ability, and a level head. And from everything I've seen of Warne so far, those are 3 attributes he has, and I wouldn't anticipate that will change. He's just a very good cricketer, and he seems to be a very good kid as well.
Shane Warne has England in a spin. He's set to rewrite the record books, but right now there's only one thing on his mind. Are we going to keep the Ashes?
Well, there's 3 to go. We're 2-0 up, so we just have to win one more of the next 3 and they're ours.
Have you got your eye on the record books now?
No, not really. I don't even know what the record is, so it doesn't really matter if I get 1 wicket and Merv gets 8 or whatever, or I get 8 and Merv gets 1. The end result is if we win, it doesn't matter who gets the wickets.
Ball's bowling as well round the legs. That's the end. Warne struck again. 2 in 2. So that's the end of the Test match, and that is it.
Hello, I'm Tara Brown. Thanks for watching 60 Minutes Australia. Subscribe to our channel now for brand new stories and exclusive clips every week. And don't miss out on our extra minutes, segments and full episodes of 60 Minutes on 9now.com.au and the 9Now app.